Hi guys, my name is Victor Olilo. This is the What's on Your Mind podcast, and our tagline is a penny for your thoughts. Over to you, Nassim.
Hi guys, my name is Nassim. So let's get straight to it. So we start with the trending. Uh,
What's
what's
trending?
trending,
Yes.
especially this week.
Mm-hmm.
Sijui kama umeona, there's this chick that was visited the boyfriend.
Yes.
Akamka akampikia, akamka akaenda akaosha tank,
Akaingia ndani ya super drum.
akaingia ndani ya super drum, akampikia. So now for you, I want to hear from a guy's perspective. Is that what you guys consider as a wife material?
From a guy's perspective, my perspective might be a bit controversial, because I'm of the opinion, why the hell are you doing wifely duties?
Unaingia kwa drum kwanza.
Why are you doing wifely duties on on a girlfriend
contract?
Yes. Utamfanya hivyo, and then what struck me the most was at the end of it, she's like, "Oh, I need to go because he's asked for alone time." Alone time. Umesafishia mwenzako, please. Kuna mtu anakuja hapo kupata nyumba safi.
Cheki, umechange bed sheets. Kuna mtu anakamkulala kwa hizo bed sheets. Umempikia. Kuna mtu anakuja kula hiyo food. Umemchotea maji.
Umeosha super drum ndio kunywa maji safi.
Kuna mtu anakuja kuoga na hiyo maji after match.
Okay. I'll say to each their own, but it's a bit too much. I think it's way too much, because then now why would you buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free?
I know, right? There's always that.
So at what point do you intend to progress this relationship? You guys can probably be dating for the next 6 years with no further commitment beyond you just being a girlfriend, because at the end of the day, you're already doing everything.
Yeah, he's getting what he needs to get. And at the end of it all, akona hiyo liwe ya kusema, I need some time alone. So, nataka hii weekend alone.
Exactly.
You know?
And then, now you see, there's so many loopholes to it. But then again, bahati yake. I guess it's his luck. He's privileged. He has someone who takes care of him and everything. And you see, for us, we're also viewing it from one side of the lens, because she's also not revealed to us what it is that this man does for her that would actually prompt her to go that extra mile.
Agreed. I mean, I feel it's only fair if I'm giving you the wifely
privileges. Hey. Umekunywa nini leo? Umekula mrenda?
Bana. Privileges.
Yes.
Yo. Then it's only fair I receive the husbandly, treatment.
Exactly.
Meaning my bills need to get paid. What a husband is supposed to do.
Now he needs to fit into, let me say, the traditional male roles.
Yeah.
He needs to be a provider, he needs to be a protector, he needs to be a priest. But still, you shouldn't be doing that when you have not gotten to that level of relationship. Yeah? There are certain parameters to relationships. Yeah? How I treat you as my friend will be very different with how I treat or relate with you as my girlfriend.
Agreed.
And will be very different with how I treat and relate with you as my wife. So the foundation of it, yes, is friendship. But each particular level has a different, let me say, requirement, has different responsibilities. And we should not get confused where they cross. Because once they cross, then it creates a lot of gray areas. So there are very blurred lines where now you cannot quite determine. Because now you cannot tell him, why haven't you engaged me, or why aren't we married?
How have we been dating for 19 years?
Yes. And there's been no progress. But basically, you guys have not created those boundaries for there to actually be that organic progress. Because more often than not, what will happen is these two will probably end up moving in together, and they'll just settle.
And then
and life will
years
move
later.
on. She's popped kids for him, And then who knows? 10 years later, he's like, hey, by the peace.
Yeah, me, I found the love of my life.
Yes.
So, back in the day, I don't know how guys are dating nowadays, but back in the day, my time, we used to have something called DTR.
Which time is that? Because
our time. Our time.
Yeah.
We used to have this thing we used to call DTR, defining the relationship.
Yes.
To my partner, we've gone for 2 or 3 dates. We now DTR. Tunadu, who are we? What are we?
What are we?
What are we?
The
What
dreaded
are we
question.
I know, right? But I feel like nowadays, people want to get into relationship. Vibes, ziki vibes,
Nivo.
Allow me to diverge kidogo into psychology. Most of the time, even when it comes to my clients, when you're dealing with relationships and everything, there's something I normally tell them. Do you understand your expectations when it comes to relationships? Do you understand what you're expecting from your partner? Because I feel like that is one big gray area that we rarely discuss.
Yes.
We rarely have a conversation on. And the minute your expectations are not met, then you start saying men are dogs, women are this and that, and whatnot. Yet you didn't have that conversation. Another thing, when you're talking about expectations, we also talk about values. Do you understand your values?
Yes. And the values need to align. You guys need to find common ground in your values.
Exactly. And I was saying, I was explaining to someone the other day, when we talk about values, kuna zile common, zile respect, honesty, loyalty. But then again, have you ever digged deeper into it? Because I was having a conversation in a room full of people, and I asked them to mention some of their values.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, respect, honesty, loyalty, zilisema na almost everyone. But then again, things started getting a little bit interesting when I told them to really explain to us what respect means to them. Because one, we take respect as the definition, the dictionary definition of respect. But then again, when you dig deeper to what does that really mean to you, then you realize these people, as much as they say respect to them is something totally different.
I've realized respect means very different from one person to the other.
Agreed. Tunapata kuna mseta sema, for me, respect to me means you protect me in terms of you always told a bitter truth and everything hakuna. Wow, they're comfortable with white lies. But someone else says, if you respect me enough, you'll tell me the bitter truth and I'll learn how to deal with it.
Yes.
So tunapata respect is one word, but the way these two people are defining it is very different.
Yes.
And then now for you personally, maybe when you let them say what bitter truth,
you
pull
the straight, cold, hard facts.
Exactly. And then when you meet someone that wants to be given white lies, cushioned and everything.
Yes.
But sasa unampatia tu ile bitter truth, alafu nakani kama umse anipendi.
It's like an attack. I've been in that situation where because for me, it gets to a point where sometimes I think I lie on both sides, where I can be confrontational and non-confrontational. And sometimes I'll, let things slide for a bit until the point where maybe now you raise it. And then I'll also come now and I'm like, okay, maybe this is the right time to address it. And me, I'll give you as it is. I'll be like, this and this has happened. This is as a result of this and this and this. Actually, you're upset, yet you are the cause of it. Because it is this action that led to me reacting like this. And you find I'm there thinking, we are resolving issues.
You're working on it.
Yes, we will discuss it and
to
get
a
over
starting
it.
Point.
Kumbe, the other person is feeling attacked. Like, so you just had to wait for me to bring up an issue.
Alafu
ndio wewe sasa
draft.
Bas.
Kumbe
umesave ammo. You've just been recording hapo So I think I realize now that it's also necessary to understand each person's, different conflict language and everything, and how they cope with the different things. Because then otherwise you'll just end up hurting each other and creating wounds on each other. Agreed.
And I also feel like when it comes to communication, there's this thing we call I statements in psychology.
Yes.
I statements is you feel the way you feel, but when you're coming to talk to me, hauni attack, hauniambi, unakumbuka last year ulifanya hivi na hivi na hivi. No, you come and tell me, I feel XYZ every time this and that happens.
Okay.
So as a human being, we are very defensive. Yes. The fight or flight mode. Utakuja uniambie, unajua umekuwa ukifanya hivi na hivi na hivi, and then maybe my fight mode kick in. I feel like I need to defend myself now because now I feel attacked. Or my flight mode kicks in. Nakupatia silent treatment. Because now I feel like umse anani attack, and you get.
Yeah,
but now when you come and tell me how you're feeling, I don't have anything to attack you over. I'll listen. And hapo utasikia mtu atasema vitu kama, babe, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like XYZ, I didn't mean to do this and that. Nisame. You get.
Yep.
But now I feel like when it comes to all these things, ndio maana nasemaga before get into a relationship, jitaka mkutano kwanza. Take accountability for the bad behaviors you've been having and everything. Understand your attachment styles, because even speaking of demo kuingia kwa drum, from a psychological point of view, I'm picking a lot of anxious attachment.
Oh yeah.
In the sense that with people that have anxious attachment, they will move mountain
for
just to make sure that this person doesn't leave me.
Okay.
You get?
Yes.
And from the little conversation that I had, I have nothing much to say about the guy, but from the little in regards to what he was saying and everything, it's giving the guy might be having avoidance.
Avoidance person.
Yes. And most of the time, avoidance and anxious attachment will patana. Or they'll get into a relationship majority of the time. So kuna msemenye anataka reassurance kila saa and everything. No kuna msemenye hafungukagi sana. Ye ni ule mse wa kujiekea.
Yes.
You get.
It's very.
And that's why you find people are always fighting and everything, but weird enough, they always are attracted to each other.
Yeah.
So now you find, if you don't understand your attachment style and know, mimi nimse XYZ, I have an anxious attachment style. I need reassurance. I know the minute you've seen these situations whereby when you're starting to date, mostly it's guys who do this. They love bomb you.
Yes.
Anaku text 24/7. Anakupeleka out and everything.
Yes.
1 year down the line, you're rarely even going on dates. You can't even remember the last time you went on a date and everything. And when it starts happening like that, now the lady with the anxious attachment, she'll now start doing more. Extra.
She'll go the extra mile
just to regain whatever it was that you had when you're starting. So I feel like if you know yourself and you know this is how I attach to people and everything, it's easier for you to start noticing the red flags early enough. It's easier for you to know, okay, now I'm slipping into the rabbit hole, and everything. So I need to pull myself back. I need to do X, Y, Z. I need to work on this. I need this and that. But most of the time, we don't take accountability. Nasezo at the same time once were anxious attachment, nye usimpo text consistently, bas akona tumtu uko nje. Akona milayas uko nje.
Moving mad. Okay. So you brought out the self-awareness aspect of it. But how does someone now get to know their attachment style? Because like for me, let me say, I come across them when I'm scrolling like random TikToks, and then there's this psychologist who's describing a situation and I completely relate. Umse ni kama anajua maisha yangu. But I guess not everyone has that privilege, and also just to be sure. So how does someone actually identify their attachment style, and how does someone know like the entire spectrum of attachment styles?
So first of all, you can do the online ones. Now maybe let's say you can't access the online tests and everything. Simple maths. Let's say you've dated like 3 people or for all your life hadi kwenye umefika, and then there are similar traits you've been seeing. No, of course you know umedate kadhaa. So and then now you realize in these relationships they've always been similar characteristics. Some of these people have been treating me almost similar, and yet they're very they're strangers. They've never met each other. So the common denominator hapo ni wewe.
Yes.
You get. So hapo hivyo ndio unaanza kujiuliza take accountability. When I say about accountability, there's a very big difference between taking accountability and self-blame. You know, self-blame nile unasema, oh my god, makosa ni mimi, it's me, I messed up. But accountability is looking at, what did I do wrong? What can I do different moving forward? What do I want to see different from my previous relationships and everything? That is taking accountability. So let me give you an example. Let's say, again, also you need to understand different partners bring out different sides of you.
Yes.
But then again, if you realize all these sides that they're bringing out are almost similar sides of insecurity, always fighting and everything, then it stops being about your partners and it's more about you.
Yes.
And then now you start asking yourself, there's something we call tracing anxious attachment.
Okay.
You need to understand when it comes to how we behave and everything, there's something we call core beliefs. Core beliefs, this is how we see situations, life. Yes. We perceive life and everything.
Yep.
And with these core beliefs, it comes with rules and assumptions you live by.
Yes.
Let me give you an example. Let's say in uni, I dated a Meru guy. Let me use Meru because I'm a Meru. Nisembe, tribalist. Let me use Meru because I'm a Meru. Yes. So there's this notion that Meru we have... Not even violent, but we have hot temper.
Oh, yes. Wanachemka haraka.
Yes, we have. Yes. So, all along, growing up, now I want to show you how the core belief works. Growing up, umekuwa ukisikia maybe wazazi wakiongea, because again, first of all, home is the first school, you know,
yes,
of life. So umekuwa ukisikia wazazi wako wakipiga story wanaongea. When you teach people, when we learn, it's not nakuja na kuambia directly. We can even learn through other people's experiences,
yes,
what you've been hearing around and everything. So maybe one day you had someone say, hey, by the way, Meru anakuwaga na hot temper, nini. It stuck, you know? But you didn't have any proof around that.
Yes.
Right? So now mimi nimeingia uni, nimepatana na a nice Motuma. Hata nitumie Nick Motuma.
Is there something you want to confess?
Yes. Nimemark. Akina kijua nimemark.
Sawa.
Nitaweka sauti ya Kalala after this. But anyway, yes, let's say I met a Motuma. Right? And in between our dating and everything, I started seeing some temper, issues, some anger issues and everything. So now what happens is it reassures whatever I had.
What you learned, yes.
Right?
What you
so
had.
Now, moving forward, I'll have an assumption and a rule for myself. The assumption is all Merus are hot-tempered. Because of this one person that I dated.
Now
I haven't dated the whole Njurin Cheke or you get, but this one person that I've dated has confirmed whatever biases I had.
You had previously.
Yes. So now I tell myself, moving forward, I'll have a rule for myself. I'm never going to date a Meru guy. Why? Because Meru people are hot-tempered. You get now that. So now from the core beliefs, there's the stem, roots, and the tree. So the stem is those assumptions and rules. Yes. So all my life, sitaipatia boy Meru a chance. It doesn't matter how many green flags and I wave around and everything. I won't do that. So those are now my core beliefs when it comes to relationships and dating at a particular. So that's how core beliefs manifest. So with time, it will start making me behave a certain way, making me see people a certain way. So now let's go back to attachments. The same thing. Growing up, you've grown up to a family where maybe the dad is, we always blame our parents a lot, I've realized. But let's say your primary caregivers, by this I mean your siblings, all that. Hawakuwa wanakupatia ile warmth. You felt ignored, you felt like you needed to do X, Y, Z. You felt for them to show love to you, you needed to do something. Let's say kama pass exam. Exactly.
Sisemi mimi. But nisikujue na watu wa kwetu.
Usipate unataka
hapa simu kama
anakupigia kuna missed calls.
Mbona unaambia watu ni black sheep? Yes.
When we didn't love you enough. What more did you want from us? So yes. So you felt like love meant for you to earn the love, you needed
You
to
had
do
to do
something
something.
extra, or you needed this and that. So that's where attachment issues begin.
Now we begin, yes.
And they go all the way back to from age 0 to 2.
That's
Because
the
yes,
foundation of
unapata
yes.
because unapata mtoi analia, unapata alia
Atanyamaza. Sisi
So
kwetu
that
wanasemanga,
can build,
wacha lie inafungua
inafungwa
tumbo
lungs.
yake na lungs.
Yes. So with that unapata mtu anaweza grow kwa avoidant. Anajua mimi nafaa kujisimamia.
Yes.
Whatever happens in this world, I'm all alone. I need to figure out shit myself.
Yep.
You know? So that's where attachment issues begin.
Yes.
And that's where now they start clustering themselves into. And then another thing, as much as there's a secure attachment style, there's none that's 100% secure. We all have a little bit of anxious attachment. Hata huyo msemo yako na avoidance, pia kuna some little bit of anxious attachment. So now what you need to know is what triggers your anxious attachment. And then now from now tracing that, you move into now soothing anxious attachment.
Yeah.
When you talk about soothing, si tungoje msee akuja kusoothe. We mwenyewe, can you soothe yourself? Can you calm yourself down? Can you tell yourself, okay, now I'm starting to overthink?
Ngumu.
Okay, now I'm starting to do this.
Overthink ni
Umeenda all the way.
One way street.
Unaenda unajihat unavunja.
Mpaka mwisho.
End goal.
Alafu najua ubaya ni ubaya ku overthink ni aujihat mara moja. You're considering all possible situations,
so
or possibilities of hurting yourself.
Unajitandika kila sector, kila corner. You know, that's technically what jumping into conclusions is all about. Just creating scenarios and getting hurt by those scenarios. So yes, so now when you talk about soothing anxious attachment, is that looking at, yes, what can the other person do? Yes, but first things first. What can you do to yourself to help you calm down? You know, so even unaanza kuangalia hizi stories za cognitive distortions, hizo ni story kama jumping into conclusions, mind reading, personalization ile ya kila situation lazima ikuwe na something to do with you.
Main character syndrome.
Mse ametoka amekasirika. Mimi nimefanya nini? Mimi amenikasirikia. And amejump tu juu ya kazi. You get? So you personalize the situation and think it's all about you. So the first way to knowing how to solve this situation is one, by knowing what are my cognitive distortion patterns.
Yes.
And how can I resolve that? How can I deal with that? Mostly mi wambia madem sana utapata sisi issue yetu inakuwaga kutext consistency. Right? Umezoea kuongea na mtu wako kila siku kila saa. But hii siku hajakuwa kireply text, hajakuwa kiongea, amekuja kukutext back jioni usiku. And then now you're telling yourself anakutextio masaa juu amemalizana na bilaya za wake, amemaliza kile alikuwa anafanya.
Sasa amekumbuka nakuwa na kama mtu hapa kaningoja.
Kinakuwa tu akinaga kitu kingine kufanya maisha yake kuningoja. So now you see, if that's the case, then what it means is you need maybe reassurance. You know, mnaweza ongea na mtu ako reassure kwambie, every time you call me, si reply, it's either I'm busy ama nimeshikana pahali, but siku itaisha kama sija reply ama sija return call yako. So hata ukimtext ama umcall, utakuwa asiposhika, mimi najua mtu wangu ako busy, atareturn call. Na akireturn ile call ina confirm ile reassurance, ina kureassure like, you see, so you're calm. So hii window ya kuanza ku overthink sijui nini una pace up and down imekatiwa off because unangoja ile call ya jioni. So unajua your story itakuwa reassured. So I feel like it's a whole, especially when it comes to relationship, it's a whole journey that you need first of all to take yourself before once ujipate uko kwa situation whereby you're doing things that, you know, you're conforming to things that, you know, you never used to think you'd do, all in the name of love. I've seen so many people who may get into relationships and they're turning into people that later on after breakup they're kind of like, I can't imagine I did X, Y, Z. All in the name of love.
So quick question. Is it possible to be influenced by your partner's attachment style? Where now perhaps you guys have dated for, you know, an extensive period of time. And then by the time you guys are breaking up and now, the way you're saying, taking accountability, you start to realize that there's certain responses that you've developed that you never had before, but it's basically a mirror of what you are receiving from your partner.
Agreed. True. It is. Hata tumeenda kwa partner ni mbali. Even friends. You can have a certain type of friends and you start mirroring each other. You're not even getting intimate with them and everything, but your behaviors, your characters are almost similar. Yet when you got into that friendship, there are certain things you didn't used to do, but now you're doing it. We mirror each other technically.
Okay.
And that's why they normally insist on the circle you keep, the people you keep around.
Show me your friends, I'll show you who you are.
Yes, because we borrow a lot from each other. I had a small experiment. The type of music you listen to. If you track, you'll realize there's someone that introduced you to that. Yes. You listen. You visited a friend. You had them listening to a certain song, and you went back home and you started listening to it, and you've not stopped. Your sense of style, your sense of XYZ. So that's why I normally say when it comes to self-awareness journey, those are some of the things you need to strip away for you to really figure out who are you really. Are the things I like influenced by me, or do I just like them because of my friends?
Yes.
Am I XYZ because of me, or is it an influence of my partner, or whatever? Right. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, okay.
So before uende utume your DM, iteka mkutano. Jiulize, what are your values? What are your expectations out of this relationship? Na mimi ambia sasa zingine expectation yako inaweza kuwa tu I'm here for fun. I'm here for a good time.
Not a long time.
Nothing much. I'm not seeing babies. I'm not seeing a wedding gown out of this. I'm just here to have a good time. And it's okay if that decision changes with time, but let your partner know. Ndio pia ajiulize mkutano ajiulize, am I willing to
commit to this?
Yes. Do I need to find something else?
Yeah.
And tukiendelea hivyo history ya Kanairo kudate tutakuwa tumeheal. Yeah.
Interesting, because I've realized also squeezy guys don't even take time to heal per se. Wanasema tuna heal kwani sisi ni wagonjwa. Hiyo kuoga na kurudi
kwa the next relationship.
But you see, because like for me, I had to now pull myself back and ask myself, why is it that every relationship I'm going into will date for, like a number of years, and then when I sat down to review, I was like, if I actually track back, and it took me a minute to get there, but if I actually track back, there's some key issues that were very consistent in every relationship. And I had previously ignored them. I did not see them as issues. I always thought, we were addressing certain issues. But then I came back to the place when I had to realize, by there, to an extent, si ati watu nimekuwa nao ndio wabaya. I also have to now take personal... am I the drama? Am I the villain? Yeah. So I actually had to now just take personal responsibility and be like, by there, Olilo, uko hivi na hivi. This is how you respond to, certain actions. This is how you react to conflict. When you're cornered, this is how you react. So I actually had to get to that place where I'm like, okay, I need to take a few steps back. And healing is not just taking time away from dating. You can take time. You can break up and not date for a while.
But if you're not working on it,
yes, you still have not healed. Yeah, time may heal. They say time heals all wounds, but you actually have to put in work during that time. And it's not, the time is not specific. So it's just you putting in your own work into now being very intentional about the healing. So I think guys actually need to take that time, because the number of broken people on these streets.
That saying of broken people break others.
Break others, yes.
Hurt people hurt others, So, and then there's also that point of acceptance. accepting that anyway, I need to work on this. And for me, the key word here is intentionality. Be intentional.
Yeah.
You know, be intentional about whatever it is that you're doing. Kuza kuna kitu nyuma bo ufanya. Hii nonsense. Mimi say the minute unaongea na msee alafu anakuambia I don't know, let's just see where things go. Hey! That is one of the that is the mother of red flags. Let's see where it goes. What?
Kwa nini?
Mimi nimeingia kwa gari. Hata sijaweka pin, sijaweka nini. Acha nione kwenye gari tanipeleka.
In fact, nimeingia kwa gari. Washe engine. Wekele kanini kwa mafuta. Alafu ambie dere shuka. Wacha gari iende. Wacha gari ya
let's see where it goes. But me tell my friends. They mean even my girlfriends. They come and tell me, oh, this guy, he's really nice, he's cute, he's everything I've prayed for and everything. And I'm like, have you had where
defined the relationship?
Not even defined, like where does he stand on this? I go like, oh, he told me let's see where things go. We've been going on dates, we've been doing this and that, but he told me let's see where things go. Things are not going anywhere.
Watangole red flag guy.
Because it's not going anywhere.
It's not.
The minute someone I feel like men know. Even if it's not the future or anything, men know, I want you in my life. I want you more than just a friend. I want this and that. So even if you're seeing where things go, I'm telling you, this is a direction I want us to take. We can start from there. So I already know we're getting into a relationship, we're doing this and that. But let's just see where the vibe takes us.
It's taking us to the bedroom and then
and then we'll end up with premium tears. And then you'll come back, you'll have to come back, guy, so to do. You get, but I feel like it's about time we started having those conversations. And there's nothing wrong with just saying, I just want to go on dates. I don't want something serious. And when I tell a guy that and he tells me that, I'll wait and see, is that what I want? Do I also want? And then if it aligns, then well and good, we go on dates. Tukishafika huko kwa dates, things change, we define then kwa your stage.
From there,
tukitoka hiyo stage tukienda stage nyingine tuna define. Ndio nisijipate there's this chick, I don't know if you've seen this video circulating of a chick that was saying they've been dating for 19 years. So and then now I'm like, when did you start dating? 19 years. Na hajasema anataka kuoa. There's nothing, no
commitment, nothing, no engagement, no
engagement,
hata basi promise,
nothing. Hata ile BFF,
bro.
But we've been dating for 19 years.
19. So
mimi najaribu kuimagine that is all your youth. Unajua hii story yenyewe sana sema guy he took my youth literally.
19, and there's no definition to the relationship.
Having a 19-year-old kid.
Hata kama si watoi.
Nadema hako tu.
Hata kama si watoi, like you should know for sure, because literally that day I can wake up tomorrow and say I want us to break up, and there's 19. Nothing you can do, and you'll be like, oh,
we were just dating.
We were just dating.
And then now this poses the question, how long is too long when we're dating? Because I've seen people say, there's this trend that's on TikTok, especially among the Swahili community, they're saying, the guy that I was dating for 2 years, how do I tell the guy I was dating for 2 years that my boyfriend for 3 months is coming over to negotiate my bride price and everything? So there's that. You can date someone for so long, then you meet someone for a month or two, and they've made their intentions.
Because because first of all, one, just the same statement you said, guys know. You will know for sure. By the time you guys decide to date, I'm sure you've not just met by the street and then decided tuna date.
Na maandamano na wakafanya hivyo bwana. In Nairobi.
Nairobi. Yeah, but there's at least some level of knowing that needs to happen. So a guy will know. In terms of timelines, I do not want to put very strict guidelines because one, it depends.
Not cut on stone.
It's not cast on stone, yes. And it depends on also your level of maturity, and very many other different factors that are involved. Your level of maturity, your readiness, your own goals. Because there's some people who are like, I need to have achieved this milestone first. Maybe ako campus. And she feels if she gets married, the marriage might derail her from that course or that objective. So she'll be like, just for that, and it's communicated between the two of you. Yeah, but level of maturity, you can actually meet someone within 3 months of you dating.
You already know.
This is someone I can have as a life partner. And you guys discuss it. And you're like, hey, you know what? I see myself settling with you. And I would want to settle with you. Maybe right now I don't have the chums. So what is it you want?
We know we are working around that.
What is it you want? Do you want a white wedding? Or do you want us to at least exchange vows, even or have a small private have a small private ceremony, and then we start building. We build together. We build our home, and then ukombele, when the resources are much more, now we can renew our vows. There's no one who said that's like a wrong approach. There's no strict or specific way. Hakuna mwakenya ya ndoa.
Na kuna kitu umesema that is very important, even if mbali. Communication. I'm say me, I feel like you're ready. We are ready for you to meet my parents. We're ready for us to take. Let me give you a story. Back in uni, I was dating this guy. So one day, I don't know how to swim. So,
I know.
Yes, I know you know. Right, I almost drowned kwa baby pool.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so this guy tells me him and his friends are planning on going for swimming, and he wanted me to learn. And I remember during this period, it's like we were having some kidogo issues, so I felt like it was his way of trying to get into my good side.
Books.
Yes. So me, I'm ready. Nimepaka swimming costume. I'm ready.
You're excited.
I'm excited, and I knew we were going with some of his uni friends too. We were not in the same uni. So we traveled. Tulienda. I think Kitengela na uko.
Hey.
Tulienda. Tulika kwa hiyo gari sana.
Umevuka counties kama 3.
So when we're going, I'm not asking too many questions, but then again, I'm like, oh yeah. So we get there, we're getting into a residential area. So I'm like, kwani pull. But then again, your area, inakwagana to resorts. So I'm like, maybe we're going to one of the resorts. Do you know, I ended up meeting this guy's family. And when I say the whole family, I mean shosho.
Bro.
I mean aunties that were abroad, cousins that were abroad. I met everyone. I wasn't in a mental state to me, and then we stayed there. Apparently, we ended up staying there for like 3 days. It was a family gathering that they were doing, and you know how these two posh families are.
Yes.
So he had invited a few of his friends and everything. So they had kulikuwa na rooms and everything. It was a big house and whatnot. And then there was food. It was a celebration. I think it was the grandmother's 100th birthday or something.
Like that,
Whatever. There was something big that was happening in that family. So when I get there, first of all, you and I are not in good terms.
We have some
so
unresolved
everyone
issues.
In your family is asking, what are you? Hadi naambiwa, manzi unafaa kutuambia the state of your relationship. Ndio siku moja tukipata ukipigwa mob, tuwe ni mtu wetu. Mimi sijai sweat. Nili sweat places sikujua zinaweza sweat. I was really angry. I felt like this was a conversation.
Swim in your sweat.
Oh my goodness. Did I swim? Did I see a pool?
You swam in sweat.
Oh my goodness.
In a pool of cold sweat.
So I felt ambushed. You know? I felt like, first of all, mimi nilikuwa mtoto mdogo sana. I wasn't ready. Family. I had met the sister before. But now I'm meeting your whole extended.
And it's meant to be progressive as well.
Exactly. So now I'm saying history, communication. Kama unafeel uko ready. Haimaanishi mimi niko at the same pace na wewe. That's why you find watu wanaendaga, you're there proposing to someone and then they walk away. Because we've never had this conversation we've never whatsoever had a talk about marriage or anything. Nikakupatia green light. So I feel like I'm not a dramatic person, but I feel like if I was a dramatic person, I would have left the same day. I would have caused a
should have
drama.
borrowed a leaf from
you. I just imagine nilikaa huko 3 days. 2 nights.
Ungenipigia nikufundishe how to be the drama. Ulete noma hadi familia sasa waisamishe sherehe. Waseme sawa. Now we need to resolve this thing. Hii kitu lazima tuisort. Kila mtu akae chini. By the way, actually true, and you're in the middle of nowhere, nani anajua huko? My friend.
Alafu nakumbuka hiyo time yetu hakukuwaga na Uber. Time yetu ilikuwaga cab. Tukua hiyo nilikuwaga cab.
Wewe utafute cab huko nje.
Na kutafuta cab wapi? Bro, tumeingia almost a kilometer inside.
Into alafu unajua ni foreign territory.
It's a house that's standing alone, like the next neighbor ako miles and miles away.
Na hizo time hata Kitengela wasn't as developed as it is now.
It wasn't, bro. It wasn't.
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, the minute I got to areas, I think when I got to areas that I started to know where I am, nilishuka nikachukua mat, nikarudi shule. I was mad. I was boiling mad. But anyway, so that's what I'm saying. Conversations, communicate. Come on, uko ready to move into a next level. Tell your partner, let your partner know. Communication is very key. Yes. So now let's get to the next segment. Yes. Did you know segment? Did you know? I had this somewhere. I don't know how true it is, but it freaked me out. Did you know when someone dies, the last thing that goes is your earring, your ear?
No.
Your
sense of hearing.
Your sense of hearing. So now you can literally hear them pronouncing you dead.
For real? I mean, because what I had something, but I had it's your brain that dies last.
It is your brain because again, if you're hearing something,
your brain is still processing.
The last thing,
the last sense you lose is hearing.
The last sense you lose is hearing. So you can literally hear them say, "Nani ameenda." The time is XYZ. Time of death XYZ. So you can literally hear them call your. That is so fucked up. It's so creepy and so messed up.
I don't think I'm ready for that. Now, Sasa I'm confused because I always wanted to die peacefully, but then again,
why is there peace in that?
Awacha basi nikufe usiku katikati usiku in my sleep. Waamke asubuhi wapate nilisha day.
But hiyo part ya unasikia wasi wana call time of death XYZ and you're like, wait, I'm still here.
Niko hapa.
Yeah, so for me that did you know manze was
that's so creepy.
That freaked me out. Yeah, interesting. But do more research. Maybe you never know. Right? We get to the dilemma.
What's the dilemma of the week?
Do you have a dilemma for me?
Hey. So dilemma. This is on. I am asking for a friend.
Of course.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
No, hii niliambiwa na best yangu. So, you and I are friends, and then like you have your circle of friends, your 2 girlfriends. So you and I have been vibing. With things have been flowing. There've been some sparks here and there. And then now, while we're hanging out with your friends, your girlfriend starts to, kind of show me some attention. Yeah. Now, in the midst of us now hanging out, now I start to.
Wait, you're my boyfriend?
I'm not yet your boyfriend, but we've,
we're heading there.
Yeah. There's been chemistry and you know, I've been vibing you.
Does my friend know this?
Yes.
Okay.
And then now kidogo, you know, I'm getting certain energy from her. Alafu kidogo mi pia sina msimamo. Mi pia niko hapo
unaweza kuwa na plaka.
Naanza kuota hiyo jiko kidogo. You get? And now as time goes on, when your friend is not there, I'm 100% focused on you.
And then she's around.
Beshtaka kiwa, my attention is split. Sometimes I'm even getting extra, you know, cozy with her, but wewe nakuambia tu, like, sisi wote ni mabeshte. We all hang out together.
We're all friends.
We're all
friendly.
So, unaonaje?
Mimi, first of all, kama mimi kwa hiyo scenario, kwa hiyo situation, ningejitoa kwa hiyo hesabu haraka sana. Because first of all, if my friend, nyinyi wote ni nyoks.
Unasema tuite KWS?
Yes, nyinyi wote ni manyoka. Because now if my friend knew that you and I had a thing.
Yes.
You know,
even if it's not yet defined.
Not yet defined, anajua kuna venye tunaka late nights tukitext and everything. I mean, and then it's not even about her. Pia wewe, surely. Wewe unajua situation yenye mimi na wewe tuko. Na bado watakula tu kwa hii sinia ingine, the same sinia. So for me, I would remove myself in that situation. And this is where respect comes in. Because it doesn't make sense that, not unless now maybe I want us to have a throuple or anything. But if that's not it, then ningejitoa kwa hiyo hesabu haraka sana.
Because wewe, as you now, when him to you know, one person, you like ukiamua ni mimi. So
now my friends wants us to become sister wives. Yo. No, this is where the Mary in me would be. Because tungekuwa tunadiscuss hii kwa nini emergency. Tunadiscuss makosa ilikuwa ya nani na mbona kisu iko kwa mwili ya mtu.
Best yangu ni Meru, by the way. I have a very good Meru friend. So ananiambianga Murume, nikianza kasirika ananiambia Murume, Meru hapa ni moja. He makes
because maybe from the side I come from, the Tigania side and everything. For them, they don't give you all. There's a saying in Meru that says, atakwambia atakudunga kasha kudunga.
Kitu ndani yake.
And then but anyway, I'm not that violent.
I've known you long enough, yes.
But in that situation, the person that was being played by me in this scenario, I would tell her to walk out.
I told her the same.
It's not worth it.
Because now, you see, she's in this dilemma where she had really started feeling the guy. Like things were really good and they've been hanging out. And then all of a sudden, this guy now starts giving attention to someone else.
She's even lucky that they hadn't gone all the way on dating. Unapata may waste 2 years, 3 years.
Nilimwambia tu wachana na like just leave that situation. If you guys will be hanging out, we'll still be hanging out together because they still hang out together. As a whole group, because it's a whole group.
Look for another group. What a guy. Kwani group ni moja in Nairobi? Imagine it can never be me. For me.
But these are people you've had a bond with over.
Right, I can even walk away from a cousins group. What a year tumepatana huku nje. What do you mean? Even if we were blood, I would gladly.
So the best
for me, I have one rule, and my rule is always. My peace of mind comes first.
Yes.
History tunapatana alafu pia mimi akina this is one of my biggest weaknesses. I don't keep grudge per se, but I get angry, irritated easily. You get?
Yes.
And it takes a while for me. I do let things go, yes.
Yes.
But it's gonna take a while for me to get to a place where I feel like we can even breathe the same air. You get? Okay. So I, in that situation, personally, for me, I would walk away. I would find another group. Kwani kutengeneza mabeshte ngapi huko Nairobi? It's never that serious.
A dime a
I'm
dozen.
telling you, even if it's a sister, watoka nitoke. In such a situation, I wouldn't look back twice.
Okay.
You know.
So, my friend, you have had.
Yes, walk
Yes,
away.
please.
Well, stand up. Stand on your feet.
Stand on business.
Stand on 10 toes, bana. You know. But yeah, I also had I don't know how much time we've got, but I had a dilemma. It's on also relationship. Unakumbuka ile kitu nilikwambia anxious the avoidant. So my friend is in a similar situation. She's been dating. Okay, when they met, the guy was seeing someone. They met back in 2020.
Okay.
The guy was seeing someone.
Okay.
So when they met, the vibes was vibing. And there are certain traditions or culture that my friend and this guy were sharing that this guy was not sharing with the girlfriend.
The girlfriend.
You know? Okay. So the guy was talking future and everything. They'd go on dates, they'd do this and that. But the chick was like, we can do this, we will define this after your situation is done the other side.
Okay, yes.
So we can talk and everything, but nothing PG rated will happen until you figure out whatever nonsense you have going on with your partner. So with time, they ended up breaking up with the person.
Yes.
So this situation continued. The same dates and whatnot. But the more they kept on doing this, the girl started noticing some kidogo traits of this guy. The guy will do everything to make the girl feel wanted, appreciated, and everything. But he never told her he loved her.
Ah, okay. Yes.
You get. And then now this chick, the love language is affirmations. She wants to hear, you're my sugar waru, you're this and that. Yes, but the guy is not doing that. You know, that guy is not doing that. But his action is really showing, because he'd call, the dates are still going on and everything. If should be in a situation and everything, he'll be there to resolve either physically, psychologically, all that. But sasa hiyo shida ilikuwaga tu hiyo moja. He never told her he loved her. 3 years.
3 years.
They've been doing this for 3 years. You know? So what my friend, this chick does is she starts creating problems. Because now if there's a problem, the guy would always be like, I'm here to stay, I'm not going anywhere. And for her, that would be like, I love you. So the more she would cause drama, the more he would fight to stick around and everything, it would reassure her that she's loved.
It's giving very traditional African African father, kwanza.
So now, the more she did this, the guy started being like, with all these fights and everything, I'm starting to get tired of them.
Of them, yes.
Yes. So you need to cool off, you need to do this.
Yeah.
But now the girl, because this is the only I love you she gets or she feels like it's I love you, she keeps on doing it even subconsciously and consciously.
Yes.
You know, it still keeps on happening.
It shows up.
To a point, the girl was like, I've had enough. So we're done. Sometimes the chick is like, am I the problem? But for me, I'm like, yes, for picking fights. But then I get, from where I'm sitting, there's a reason why she was picking these fights. Because all he had to do was just tell her, I love you. But for him, he's saying...
But had she communicated the same with him?
It reached a point they had this conversation.
Okay.
But the guy kept on saying, I'm not like that.
There's no such thing as that. Okay. Sawa, you're not like that. But if I care about you, am I willing to make adjustments to the person that I am? Because there's so many things that I wasn't before, even just generally in life, that I would never have assumed I would do, that I've literally had to change my perspective and be like that. You get? So it's a matter of, do I see the value in this? Do I see like this is something that is of worth to me? Is it something I deem valuable? And also, what are the consequences of this? Yeah. And is it something that will harm me? You know, those are thought processes.
Huku nje tunaambia I love you hata kama tu mean bwana.
Yeah.
I love you ni salamu. You get like...
I even tell everyone, if we're close, we're tight, I even tell my boys, I love you. You know, be very...
open about it.
Open about it and be very intentional about it. Yeah? Because we leave so much to gray areas. And then at the end of it,
Because for me, it felt like it was also giving some kidogo gaslighting. Because now it reached a point the chick was like, "Am I made up this whole relationship? Is it
Right.
is it
Yeah.
me? You get
Yeah.
you know like." So for me, I was telling her, the guy, because when she brings this up and everything, there's a time she said she brought this up and the guy was like, "Wesim Toto, you can tell, you can see, I've been doing XYZ, you get." So for me, it's giving a very toxic relationship. Of course,
It is.
from the picking up the fights and everything. But now the problem is, even after they broke up, the chick is still looking for him. In every guy that she's meeting, she's looking
trying
for
to
some
find-
kidogo
no.
traits. Because there's some things that this guy used to do that she had never experienced before.
Yes.
I was looking into something and they were saying when it comes to relationships, the kind of partners we pick when it comes to attachment styles and everything, we pick things that we feel like we don't have, and the other person has them.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's an anxious,
That's why we tell people you complete me. You are my better half.
but that's a lie. Speaking of which, I feel like this will be our parting shot. When it comes to relationships, hakuna nonsense kama we meet half.
No.
You
Everyone
come
is meant to
100,
come complete.
I come 100,
Yes.
we complement
We
each other.
complement each other. I
Hapo hivi
agree.
unapataga nikikuja nusu umekuja nusu ama nimekuja 70 umeniongezea hiyo 30. Hii 30 ikitoka, I'll be like my friend. I'll keep on looking for
that
another
yes.
30 to complete. Because now I feel incomplete. But if you work and become a whole and
Healing people.
Heal.
Heal, beloved.
heal.
Healing is very demure. It's very cutesy.
It's very it's very cutesy. Yes, what to a heal?
Yes.
Please heal. And it's not
Wholeness,
easy.
yes.
It's
It's
not
not.
easy. It's not easy. And
not.
it's about time we started unpacking those traumas that we've been having and everything and find a way to heal.
In Nairobi, if we had a penny for all the trauma, tulikuwa tumelipa madeni zote.
Otherwise, in Nairobi uta survive. In Nairobi always survive. Kwanza ikija story of relationships, I feel like people have literally switched off or disconnected.
Oh yes, there's some dissociation that you guys have gone through.
But anyway, I don't know if you have anything to add to, what's on your mind.
I think that's been it. Very, very interesting to discover all these attachment styles. So yeah, if you're out there, do the work. By the hakuna kitu rahisi kwa hii dunia.
Work on yourself.
Hata kula si rahisi.
Bana. Work on yourself.
Work on yourself. Do the work before you go hurting other people. Don't bleed on people who didn't cut you.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
So we'll see you again next week. That's
Same
been
time, same place. That's been us.
Oh, this is Nassim.
Yeah.
Unajua kujintroduce?
Nilijiintroduce
Put
bana.
Nilikuwa natupa network?
Bana.
Sorry.
This is Nassim. Love doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Olilo, stomach doctor.
I know, right?
Daktari
See you
wa
on the
kuleva.
next one.
All right. See ya. Peace.